Is live time once again, another Saturday. Here we are. I see I'm already late for the party. There are a few people already on. Let's go back and see who we've got here. So Ida Marie is on from Washington. Happy Saturday. Happy Memorial Day to everyone in the United States. Oli is on in Poland. Who else do we have? Charmaine is on in Maine. Oli has sent me $5 from Poland. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. What else we have? Stephen is on in Australia. Yeah, it feels like I'm late to the party already. So, yeah, so I've got a little thing that popped up that said Olia has sent me $5 in Poland, which is $1.75 here in Canada. So thank you so much for that. A great way to start. What's been going on? Well, here's what's been going on in the last week. My brother has been in town. He arrived last Friday, so not yesterday, but a week ago, Friday. And so he stayed with me all up until Thursday. And on Sunday, my sister and her family came down from St. John, and my parents came out of the residence that they're in and came over here, and we had a nice afternoon lunch, early supper, and visit. And then my brother and I spent the next few days either going to visit my parents or going to view a bunch of different things here in New Brunswick that maybe he hasn't seen, like Confederation Bridge. He's never been to the Confederation Bridge that links New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island, so we drove out there, saw that, went for a little hike, and got some food, and we went to Fundy National Park after work one day. Yeah, we've just had a great time. Hello, Charmaine. Yeah, just answering as the messages pop up. So I've had a really nice week here with him, but my routine has been off too. So you haven't seen videos every day come out by me because I've been off doing other things. So I apologize if you are waiting for those. I will try to get back into routine again. Yesterday I spent the day doing laundry, paying bills, going to the bank. Got a video out, I don't know, doing dishes, doing all the things that I needed to do to catch up on some of the stuff that had to be done. I still want to shave, which will probably happen this afternoon, and get out and get my passport pictures taken. My wife and I have to get that done to get our passports for our trip. Hello, Media from Finland is on. Hello, Roger in Athens. Hello, Joe in India. Everybody's coming on now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, so it's been a really busy week. And yesterday I actually went outside, mowed the lawn, which it desperately needed. All the rest of my neighbors had mowed. I left it to the last possible second. It's been so hot too, I didn't want to mow it too early, but I got it all cleaned up. Got a little bit of the yard work done. There's some tools that I lent my in-laws, so I've got to go pick those up today too, so I can trim back some bushes and trim up some vines and things before they start growing and getting out of control. So I'll have to do that. Thank you everybody for the likes. I see there's 7 people on now and 4 people are liked, so thank you for that. I missed a question in there, I think. Maybe. Oh, maybe not. Okay, you guys are just talking to yourself, so I just want to make sure I hadn't missed something that you guys asked. I like the little hearts that are popping up. Someone's sending some love. So yeah, I felt that when my routine was off, I was still enjoying doing things and hanging out with my brother for sure, but it's kind of nice to get back a little bit into routine again and do some of the things I need to do. I haven't tackled this office yet. I haven't sorted stamps. I've got some stamps that people had asked me to look for. I haven't done that yet, so these are all things that probably will happen next week. I can't imagine the rest of this weekend. It's been so bad that I haven't even responded to my direct mail. So last week I normally would have. I had 12 to do for last week. Haven't done that. Today I did pick out the cards, print out the addresses. So all I have to do now is decorate and write them and make sure I've got enough stamps to send them off. And then I've got an official post crossing. I've got a couple I think to do for tomorrow. And then I'll have to start on my direct swaps for next week. The ones that came in this past week, which I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those to do, plus some of them require me looking for some stamps to send back to them as well. Roger says the summer is going to be very hot for them in Europe and the Northern Hemisphere, probably breaking all-time records. Well, I think that's going to happen here too, because where it's been, we're already just in the middle of May, middle of the end of May now, I guess. We are having really high temperatures as well. Been in the high 20s, low 30s already, which is more like weather we would see at the start of July, not the end of May. So if that's going to continue, we might be mid 30s, 40s by the time July and August gets here. Also makes me wonder, Roger, what it's going to be like in Greece in September. Is it going to be something when we get there, my wife and I on the cruise, whether it's going to be so what? We'll have to have SPS 8000 on in order so we don't fry to a crisp. But hopefully it will also let me lose a little bit of this belly that I've been walking around with. Plan on doing some exercise. I also do plan on eating while I'm out too, so maybe I won't lose as much as I'm sweating off. Item Ray says it's hot in Washington as well. It's going to be very nice in Maine too. Maybe a little bit of rain. I think we've got some rain scheduled somewhere in the forecast over this weekend. I'm not sure how much or where. 23 degrees in Poland right now for Olia. I think we're about 24, maybe 22, 24 right now. We're not definitely at the high yet for the afternoon, but we're getting there. It's supposed to be a little cooler than it was yesterday here, which yesterday I think it felt like 31. So yeah. It's always interesting to come on to the live stream right at 12 o'clock because 4 or 5 of you are already on and chit-chatting, so I felt like I've come in the middle of your conversations. Roger says they've already been breaking records there. 65 degrees Fahrenheit in Washington. It's 24 degrees Celsius in Helsinki. Maybe a walk for 6 hours. Wow, that's a lot of activity. But it looked like some neat festivals you were going to from what I saw on Instagram. 9 degrees Celsius at 12:30 a.m. for Stephen in Australia. Ooh, Olia's getting pizza, so you're here for the whole stream while you're having supper cooked for you. For those of you who don't know, Olia just had a birthday, so happy belated birthday to her and to her husband, who are only 3 days apart, so glad that they get to celebrate together today. And taking a break from your celebrations to join us here in the live stream. 26 degrees in Athens right now. Joe says it's hot in Chennai, but rains are predicted next week. So what is hot there? What temperatures are you already getting in Chennai, Joe? Oh, and Olia, can you explain what, when you sent that $5 Poland from Poland, what is it that you actually sent? Because I see a birthday balloon and a 1 and a heart. What is that you sent? Is it a sticker? I'm not familiar with now that we're monetized, what those are called. I know when you do a super chat, it pops up as a banner and then kind of blocks everybody else's comments for a minute just to make sure that I see it. So can you explain what you sent? Thanks. 35 degrees Celsius in Chennai. Wow. It is warm. Is that normal temperatures for you this time of year? And if you're hearing noise just in the background, it is the garage door going up. My son is home. Ari and Shanda are heading out while I'm on live stream today. They're going to go try to find him a bow tie for his high school graduation. He's trying to find a fabric that's going to match his girlfriend's dress. So they're going to run out and do that while I talk to you. gone out with him to, the other thing they want to do is they're going to take his dress pants and have them hemmed up a little bit, so it's ready to go. He's got his shoes now, he's got his suit, he's got his shirt, he's got his hair appointment all set to be all cut up and ready to go for his graduation, which is in 3 weeks, thereabouts, 3.5 weeks. Stephen says 35 degrees Celsius and humid would not be good for Stephen. That's what Joe's experience. Yeah, I guess each of our countries probably is going to be a little bit different weather-wise. I also hear that hurricanes are going to be a lot stronger and more active this season too because of the temperatures. I'm still waiting to hear about the forest fire season, if that's going to be a big thing. I know Fort McMurray, Alberta now is already having a forest fire, so that's a little bit early. So we always think of those people that are in times of trouble and need when different weather patterns come through. Last summer, we went from having forest fires in all sorts of parts of the country, and the United States was getting to experience all the smoke that was a part of it. And then we went from that into a really wet summer. And then after that, hurricane season started, and we got battered around here on the East Coast with that as well, too. So it was a rough year. So hopefully this year will be a little bit better. Once again, I missed a comment somewhere along the way. All right. I do apologize. I missed something. Ida Marie says they've had a very bad windstorm in Maryland at a resort that blew the roof off. Wow. Joe says it normally gets between 35 and 40 in the summer in his area, so very warm. Maria wants to know what I would give to someone like the son of her cousin who will graduate from high school next week. He's 18, Paolo, as a present. Traditionally here in Canada, I can't speak for the rest of the world, but I'm probably similar in the United States. The most traditional gift to a graduate, male or female, is usually money. I put it in an envelope with a card. The young adults, they're either starting off in going off to university or college next, and they're certainly going to need spending money for that. Or if they're not doing that venue or that avenue, like my son isn't, he's planning on finding a job and working. You always need a little bit of money to help you get started. So that would be my advice, Media, is don't overthink it. They don't need to have trinkets and all sorts of things. Young adults like money, and better than gift cards too. Gift cards, I find, limit what they can do with it. Some people say, oh, it's not very personal. If you want to make it personal, you write a card, write a nice note in there, a memory maybe you have of them as they were growing up, and just best wishes on their next adventure. Charmaine says it's 66, heading to 75 today for her. Steven says they've already had some bushfires in the last couple of days due to the lack of rain there. This time we should be getting our rain, and prediction is very dry winter. Okay. Ida Marie says gift card or stationary cards also work. Steven says they don't get any snow where he is. Welcome, Basil. In the middle of dinner. Steven says people can go into the hills for skiing after work. Maybe you already bought him a bit of the forest? That's an interesting, not the actual land, I don't imagine. That would be expensive, wouldn't it? You'll have to elaborate on that. What do you mean you bought a bit of forest for him? Oh, Roger, I didn't know you lived in New Zealand from 67 to 79. Another bit of information about you. That's good. "13 people on, 5 people liking. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up." Let's get people interested in this. Refresh things in the background here. Hopefully the audio is good today. There's no delays in the internet. Right now, I think I'm the only one on, so it shouldn't be any problem on this end. Roger started his stamp hobby while in New Zealand, and vinyl too, right? Roger, how many vinyl records do you have in your collection now? Do you know? Joe says the connection's good. All right, that's good. I'm glad. You have 500 vinyl records. Wow. That's a big collection. How often do you listen to them, or are they purely for collection, not for listening to? Item Marie says it's clear. Good, good. People's connections are good today. You listen frequently. Good. You know what? While we're here, it is a beautiful day, as we've already discussed. Let's go outside real quick. Doing that too because there's going to be some more noise going on in here, so we'll go outside for a minute. There. People are starting to cook lunch stuff inside, and as I said, my son's home, so he's probably having a shower. So we're going to wander around out in the yard a little bit. All 500 records are only Connie Francis. Wow. Let me flip this around and you can actually see what I see while I'm walking. So you can see I've got things that need to be trimmed up. This guy's growing over the side. I don't want that. I also want my walkway when I come up not to be hit by branches, so we need to kind of trim some of those things back. This tree's in pretty good shape. This one here, there are a few branches that aren't producing leaves anymore because they're not getting the sunlight, so I want to trim that back a little bit. Look at these. The bees are going like crazy out here because of all the blooms. Tree. We got some people that are mowing lawns. This thing I want dug out if I could. I would get that dug out and get rid of this basketball net that's in bad shape, so I need to chop that off and then have some sort of digger come and get rid of the concrete that's there. Those are something I need to do. This big vine that's hanging down here, I need to prune that off. This poor tulip is at the end of its days. Ida Marie says Connie Francis made 545s. That's the question, yeah. Roger, the seasons in New Zealand are a little different than from most in Australia, possibly closer to Melbourne weather, but we don't really have well-defined seasons though. It depends on where you are, okay? Perth and here are fairly Mediterranean, but I can get pretty hot in the summer. 48 degrees Celsius is not uncommon. Wow, that's hot. Charmaine says her cat is enjoying her toy, running around. Olia's getting a laughing emoji. Yeah, lots more stuff back here that needs to be trimmed too. Look at all the, can you see this? all the wild strawberry plants that are all over my backyard. I wish my mother used to always come and cut all the rhubarb and make stuff with it. I don't do anything with rhubarb, so it's a shame. If someone else doesn't do anything with it, it'll all go to seed. I certainly eat the raspberries that will grow there, and I have raspberries growing up around here too. And then all the grapevines. The apple tree gets apples, and I've sprayed it in the past, but they don't all tend to be very edible. The pear tree gets pears, but once again, I need to spray it with something, otherwise the bugs get to them. Roger says, Connie Franson made $50,000 in her international discography. That's amazing. My boxwood plants back here are still doing well. The ones that I planted them up here too. The soil level has gone right down, so I'm not getting much out of there. There's something growing in there though. A vine has taken over. It's all right. These boxwoods are doing well. Back down here, more raspberry plants. We have a field. Love the color on those. One of my poor fallen down, and I've got a maple tree growing here that just seeded itself, and it has a grapevine going up from my neighbor's plant, or from my neighbor's yard. Another maple tree is here above. And then my lumber back here that I use, these are old Christmas trees and things, and some old pallets made those things over there. I thought about making more, but I use it now for the fire pit. You guys having a bit of internet issues? We'll go back in the house then if that's the case. All right. Internet issue, we are going back in then. All right. Are you having a better connection now that I'm back inside again? Ta-da, ta-da. Olia likes the bonfire pit in the backyard. Yeah, it's nice to go sit there. Okay, I'm glad you have a better connection now. Thank you, Joe. I try to plant things that will survive on their own. I used to go out there and garden a lot, put vegetable gardens in, and it was a lot of work. I just don't have the time for it anymore. So I've tried to plant things that will sustain themselves and that will come back year after year. What do I actually do with the fire pit? I just sit around it and enjoy the flame. It's not for barbecuing on. No, I've got a barbecue for that, so I don't do that. It's just I put some chairs around and relax around it. I love the sound of a crackling fire and the smell of the wood. So that's what I do. It's a relaxing place just to sit, listen to some music, have a Coca-Cola. No need to fight on here, everyone. Keep everything positive. So yeah, I don't get to have um, fire pits time often. I certainly can't do it during the week when I'm working the next day. So usually it's Friday nights or Saturday if I'm going to do it. More in the summers. Yeah, just the way things go. Welcome, Vera from Germany. You missed the start. Well, we're 25 minutes in. It all depends on how long it will go today. But yeah, I do enjoy being out there and just sit by the fire. I have a speaker that I bring outside too, so I can plug my music in and listen to music while I'm sitting out there as well. Hello, hello. Basil, she didn't say your country was a third world country, just for the record. She was talking about her experience and how difficult it was, not how difficult it would be for you. So that's what I just want to clarify for you guys. I don't want this to get into politics and all the things that are out there. I'm happy that everybody has come on from around the world and are able to meet here. So just try to keep everything positive and will not react too much. Roger said he just got the latest release on the 200th anniversary death of Lord Byron. First day cover from the British Council. I don't think I've seen that stamp yet. Interesting. I'm just going to Google it. Oh, it's not an official release. Okay. All right, that's why I haven't seen it. Or okay, never mind. I'll stop the Googling then. Charmaine went to a lilac festival in Maine. Other than having lilacs there, how big of a field or farm did they have of lilacs? The smell must have been very wonderful. We have a lilac bush right at the end, but it's not in bloom just yet. It's not. Still a little early for that. Oh, it's more like a garden. Now, was it a garden as you went to many different houses that had it? So was that how the festival was, or was it just one garden? Roger, I haven't heard anything being issued for Lord Byron. It's certainly not here. Nothing in Canada. Yeah, Stephen, lilacs are very beautiful to have outside. The aroma that comes from, we certainly enjoy the bush that we have at the side of the house. It was just one large garden Charmaine went to, okay? So not so much a festival then as just an outing to go see lilacs? Is that more what happened, Charmaine? If you can go there all year round? Quite. What else do I have here? There's something else I wanted to show you guys today. I do have, I had 4 quotes have come in already. So next week is the first Saturday in the month. So I will show you the postcards and read the quotes in. Maybe, hopefully, there'll be some more that'll pop up this week in the mail that I'll get. And then I'll have a new question for next week. Now, it is not only the first Saturday in the month, it is also the first day of the month, June 1st, which is my brother's birthday. So I don't know, maybe next month's question will tie into siblings or family or something or other. We could do that. Now, normally I also release Stamp of the Month video on the first day of the month. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do a live plus a stamp release day that day, or if I will hold Stamp of the Month off until the Monday. So I could do that too. But I have something in preparation I'm working on. So if it's ready to go, then who knows? Maybe you'll get double video time next Saturday. Okay, it was a lilac festival. Lots of people were there. Okay, sounds interesting. Stephen says in Australia, it doesn't look like they're going to do any for Lord Byron there as well. Yeah, it makes sense that unless Lord Byron has a certain attachment to that country, why would they release a stamp to it? I think we find that too in Canada a lot now, that a lot more of the stamps that we issue have some sort of connection to Canada. But not necessarily because we're part of the Commonwealth, we're going to do anything there. The King gets a stamp, and that's about it right now. McLaughlin Gardens. Okay, I see it. The Lilac Festival today and tomorrow in Paris, Maine. Fancy. Some nice picture there too you can see online. So anybody else that wants to Google it and see the Lilac Festival, and you can just Google McLaughlin Gardens, Maine, and it pops right up. I'm sure Olia has the strong smell of pizza now in her house. You went to Paris. Ooh la la. I love having Google right here so I can figure out what's going on. Olia says, my husband fried mushrooms and went for a walk with Bart. So has he left the pizza? Is it cooking, or are the ingredients just out ready to go for it? Sounds interesting. Stephen saying the next stamp issue is going to be about an Aboriginal legend of the Seven Sisters. 3 stamps. I look forward to hearing and seeing more about that. Ooh, what kind of cookies did you make, Olia? You can see how I glossed over the salad part and went right for the dessert. Oh, you've already got the cookie recipe she used. It's another great way of showing how friends have been created and gone through that. Olia and I met through Instagram. I think she was watching my channel before, but she made a post and I commented on it, and so we became friends through that. And then subsequently now Charmaine, who's come through me, they've met each other and now they're great friends too. This is a divine cookie. Well, it has a good name. Did you send me the information sheet about around Australia flight stamps? No, I haven't gotten an information sheet on that. By email, no. No, I haven't gotten an email from you, Stephen, in a while. Things got a little quieter. Let me show you a couple of the postcards I've picked. I might show them again tomorrow, but you guys can have a sneak peek of the ones that I'm looking at sending out. George's Island. I like these travel postcard ones. This is something my father-in-law, they went to a kind of a trade type show and found some postcards. And these are a couple of the postcards that were there. Fortress Louisburg. Yes, Olia, I love sweets, so I'm sure the cookie recipe would be fantastic if you want to send it my way too. But that's why I was asking what the cookies were like, what kind of cookies they were. Stephen says there's some stamps coming out for Christmas Island for airport. Referendum stamp for Keeley. Okay, interesting. Charmaine's going to try to make the postcards, or make the cookies. Thinking about postcards, I got a postcard in my hand. There's another one. Tall ship going into St. John's Harbor in Newfoundland. Yeah, I think these are a great way to connect on the week. It kind of falls into the time of day when I've gotten up, I've things. The rest of my household isn't ready to go out and do the rest of the day, so it fits in perfectly for me to be able to sit on here and chit chat with you guys for a while. And then after that, I'll go back to writing some postcards. We'll go out and get groceries and do all those fun things. Thank you so much, Olia, for sharing the recipe with me in the future. Always like to try new things. Yeah, Steven, that'd be great. If you get new information on stamps, post it on Instagram so we can all see it. Postcard cookies. Yeah, you could, any sweets and things you make, you take pictures of it. Yeah, Charmaine's fantastic with her photography, so I'm sure she would bring the recipe to life in a postcard. Some of these postcards you've seen recently, so yeah, so I won't show you them all. I've got a bunch of them that are going out. I just have to decorate them and address them. I have the address labels all printed, and then put some stamps on them, which I hopefully have enough stamps. I didn't look this week. That was another thing that I fell behind. To go into my stash of stamps to see what I actually do have. I think I do have enough here. These are the newest release stamps. That's all I've got left in that booklet. I've used all the rest of them up. I do have another booklet that I haven't used yet, so I have those ones. I still have some of the Eclipse ones. I still have a couple of the Christmas ones. I really like the shapes of these ones, so I've kind of been hanging on to those. I have some of the, not very many of those either, the animals in the balloon for the foundation stamps. So I'm getting pretty low. I'll have enough for this weekend, I think. And then I'll have to go back to the post office on Monday or Tuesday and replenish my supply. Roger, we're just in Athens for the day. The cruise ship will arrive, I don't know, in the morning. We'll have the day to go, and I think we're going to book a tour, go to the Acropolis, go to the market. I'm not sure what else is on the tour, but those kind of the things, and then they load us back up onto the ship at supper time, and we're off again. So we're not in Athens for very long, so I'm not sure that there's going to be a chance to have a meetup, but maybe. Yeah, I like the travel style postcards. You can order stamps online, yes. One thing I like about going to my local post office, one, my postcards come in there, my mailbox, but I've gotten to know the staff that's there as we're all part of Canada Post, and so they let me know when new stamps are coming out, or they let me kind of go behind the counter and see what stamps they have, so I can close that I want to buy. No, I'm not going to be able to say I know all of Athens in the short time that I'm there. You just kind of hit the highlights of some of the big things, and that's it. What is going on out there? I can hear the doors opening and closing. Some car doors opening and closing. So Roger, yeah, we're just going to see a highlight of your beautiful city, and we have one other stop, I think Santorini in Greece while we're there. I'm not sure what my itinerary is just yet. Maybe when it gets a little bit closer to the time, I'll know a little bit more what the plan is. But as you can tell, if we're only there for a short period of time, we're going to try to make the most of it and see what we can in the time that we have. I think my wife and son are heading out to go look for fabric to make a bow tie. Trying to see if they're leaving here. Yep, that's what's happening. My son just left to go find fabric for the bow ties. Stephen says he's bought Canadian stamps from Philatelic Bureau. It's pretty easy to order stamps, but they don't sell individual stamp sets, usually just complete booklets. Yeah, I think Canada Post Online, that's the way it is. You can't buy just one stamp. You have to buy the booklet of them. What are we saying? Oh, Roger says he hopes to meet me briefly. I just saw the briefly. I didn't know how to connect it to something else. So, yeah, we'll see what we can do. It would be nice. Even if we met at the cruise ship or something, I don't know. Vera, I think, yeah, most post office bureaus, it's the same way. You buy things as a block unit, not a single stamp, so you don't spend $1.30 on one stamp. You have to for the full booklet. But you can buy, yes, miniature sheets. You can buy those souvenir sheets. You could buy a first day cover. That's a way of getting one single stamp. It wouldn't be mint, of course, but it would have your cancellation on it. So those of us that like to collect first day covers, such as where's the one that I did? There's one of the ones that I recently got from Media in Finland. So it's just it's a great way to get the stamp. You get the cancellation that goes with it, and you're going to get a bit of a story or a pictorial that goes along with it too. That's why I like first day covers. I'm not sure where the ship ports in Athens yet. Yeah, as you can see, I haven't deep dived into the itinerary just yet. It's not until September, so we've paid for it. That's been done. We haven't paid for the excursions yet. We still have to do that. We've booked our hotels for the start of the journey and the end of the journey. That's been done. Our transfers to and from the ship to our hotels, we've done that. So we've done some of the things. I still have to go out and buy some new pairs of shorts to celebrate the trip with. That's on my things to do. Not very exciting for you guys to listen to, but yeah, that's what's going on. Yeah, Vera, always interested in first day covers. Well, we finally got the likes and the number of people on to match. It's not necessarily a good thing. It just means that there's 9 likes, so there's only 9 people on now. Thank you. I have to decide what we're going to do for supper tonight. That's kind of the next thing on my mind. The cupboards are starting to get a little bit empty. I did buy a watermelon a couple days ago, so I cut into that and been eating some of that. Very good, very sweet, very juicy. So lots of fruit still in the fridge, but not much else. So I'll be glad to go grocery shopping and pick up a few things again. Grocery shopping for me today will be a trip to Costco. For those of you who don't know what Costco is, it's a big warehouse store where you buy things in bulk for the most part. We have to go there. I have a light that burnt out that was at Costco. I'm going to try to return it, even though it's a couple years old. They are pretty good at returning things, and I get a new one. And we have to go to our local grocery store, which is Sobeys right now. We do have a Superstore and some other ones, but in Canada, we're kind of doing a bit of a boycott because the price of groceries have gone up, and we feel there's a bit of monopoly. So, the month of May, we're boycotting one type of grocery store, and so next month it'll be another one. And so it's kind of a 3-month boycott of one store, trying to get the point across that people's groceries shouldn't be so expensive. So we've got to go there. We might go into Walmart's, dollar store maybe. There's a couple places we try to get into that we know where things are a little bit cheaper. Every penny counts, so got to shop around. And it's not so much burning extra fuel to go to these places because they're all pretty close together. Ooh, some black and white Ansel Adams stamps. Very nice, Charmaine. It's okay, Adam Marie. We understand that life happens around, so if you had a call to answer, welcome back. Yeah, we're turning into a trading community here. Do you like this? I like that. Do you want this? Do you want that? It's kind of neat that we've got our different collections out there and changing things and exchanging in our correspondence. So thank you to everybody for doing that. We're going to answer that question right now. Yeah, one day, Stephen, we're going to get a chance. You're going to post some pictures on Instagram of your collection of stamps. I'm sure it's very impressive. Ansel Adams, he died in 1984. He was born in 1902. Excuse me. Well, as long as you're impressed by it, Stephen, and it isn't affecting your marriage, then I think all things are good. I was just looking up the black and white stamps for Ansel Adams. Really cool. So thank you to Charmaine and Ida Marie for talking about those. Let me look it up and see. Joe, are most of your videos that you post, are they interviews with people? Or do you have some videos that you do yourself? I've been noticing a lot lately of all seem to be interview style. So just curious. This is one of the reasons that I like to be able to do the live stream sitting here in the office, is because I've got the computer that I can just pop on, and if there's something I need to Google or look up, it's right there at my fingertips. Vera, what's going on today? How are things in Germany? Or have we lost Vera? Not sure who's still on and who's not. Olia hasn't said anything for a bit, so she might be eating pizza now. Otaku's on. Hello, hello. Oh, Olia's still there. Okay, not pizza time yet. Sunny and lazy day in Germany. Oh, well, at least you've got nice sun. That's good. Nothing wrong with having lazy days either. Ida Marie says fight, question mark? What's that mean? Not sure what we're talking about. Charmaine's going to order an extra page of stamps for herself. Stephen's collection is mostly Elizabethan. Congratulations to Taco for joining Post Crossing and sending off your first few cards. You'll soon get hooked as they start arriving back. I hope pizza's on hold until you're done on the live stream. Oh, well, sorry for holding up your celebrations. Yeah, Item Ray, work kills all the fun. But we still need to do it. Martin, welcome. We're doing good. Your garden looked good yesterday. Thank you so much. I did a little bit of tour of it at the start of this video again today, or kind of midway through this as well, so you might see a bit more of it. Wine makes your ear a bit better. Hopefully you're not pouring it in your ear to help your earache. But I'm sure the company and the distraction helps. So I'm glad you are feeling a little bit better and you had a fun barbecue. Well, good. It'll be nice, Joe, to see some more videos with you in it. 6 p.m. in Germany for Vera. Yeah, because it's 1 o'clock here. So you've got 5 hours on us. Martin? Media has sent and received 802 postcards now. That's fantastic. I'm not sure what my numbers are right now. I think I must be getting close to 800 though. Yeah, Poland and Germany are in the same time zone. $5 p.m. in the UK, because they're only 4 hours ahead of us. It's nice, Martin, to have you have a UK represented in the chat today. We used to have quite a few, now not so many. Once again, Ida Marie, I've lost where your comment is coming from. Please do I get enough of it in the USA? I'm not sure what that is, sorry. Martin says we had a ride London bike race today, which came through Essex. And like bicycle race or motorcycle race? I'm guessing bicycle race. Did you go out in the streets and watch them cycle by? That's fantastic, Charmaine. So one lady received her first post-crossing postcard from her and it made her cry. Martin said he watched it on television as they passed by, okay? Vera does a lot with the forum stuff. I must admit, I've gotten messages through forum, and sometimes it's taken me a long time to realize that I've received a message, and so I'm responding too late for it. I just haven't found the time, nor do I have the funds to open up any more big postcard exchanges. So I'm kept, as you can see, pretty busy with my direct swaps and my official post crossing. I don't think I can do much more than that right now. Well, maybe I don't take too big of a break. But I get it. It's expensive. And that's what I'm just saying is that my direct swaps, I used to almost send them out daily, and then I moved to sending them all in one big package in a week. Now, because of my visitor last week, I'm now kind of on top of things, so I do have to get on them. But it gets expensive. Oh, Joseph, welcome. And welcome live. Joseph Sunderland, where are you located? Sometimes that makes a difference for when I'm live, when you can see it or not. Oh, 5 days or so break. That's not a long break then. In Maryland, Lavender Fest. I feel like Ida Marie, you're watching earlier on in the video now and commenting. Do you have two things on the go? Do you have the live on one and the starting of the video on another screen? Because now I'm catching up to what your comments are meaning. Ida Marie, did I get your postcard? I may have. Let me see if you are one of them. I've got one from Vera. I've got one from Hilvi. I've got one from Charmaine, and I've got one from Jackie. No, Ida Marie, I haven't received yours yet. Joseph's in in Nevada, the state of Nevada, 9 a.m. Yeah, so that's why I started an hour ago, 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. It might be too early for you. And then it's 9:30 p.m. for Joe in India. Yeah, Joe, I saw what you sent to Sharni. It was fantastic. Huge amount of variety of stamps that went to her. And she was so pleased to get them too. So it was really nice to watch her reaction as she displayed them. So thank you for sending the love to her. Yeah, Martin, I sent some cards to Italy too to my friend Luna, and it took her a long time to receive them. And the cards she sent to me took a long time to get back. She was getting a bit discouraged. I'm not sure if she's doing post-crossing still as a result of that. I think part of it is you've got to have patience. It's going to take time. I received, there was a postcard I showed yesterday that I got from Russia. It took 234 days for it to reach me from Russia. The card that I got from India was his third attempt at sending it to me. So there are some difficulties in sending mail around the world. Some post offices are slower than others, and some postal systems aren't as efficient either. So you kind of have to have patience. I agree, Stephen. Shawnee is always super enthusiastic about her starting into the stamp collecting, and yeah, very fun to watch her her videos and see how she's reacting. Don't worry about it, Olia. It will show up in time. I'm sure of it. That the envelopes just take time to get here. Even between Charmaine and I, she's in Maine, which is right next door to New Brunswick, you would think that we could send a card to each other within a day or 2 days or 3 days at least. Sometimes it takes 2 weeks for us to get mail to each other. It's really weird. No, Martin, I'm with you. Unfortunately, when I send a card off for official post crossing, that's the card I send. I don't do a second and third time. I expect that it will show up one day. So. And maybe it's the same way with letters going to Italy. It takes a long time from Finland to Italy, apparently. It would be, yes, it would be much quicker for me to drive a card over to Charmaine and back. I could do it in a day. Oh well, That is that's one of the things we like about snail mail, though, is it not? That it is an adventure in sending messages back and forth. You don't send something that you expect to have an answer back the next day. You send something telling about a snapshot of the day that the card was sent, and you hope that when it arrives at the other destination, that snapshot makes the person happy, that they can see a little bit of what's happening in your life. And then Charmaine says, yeah, sending a postcard to Germany might only take 4 days to get there when it takes longer to come to me. It doesn't make sense. I don't know why, but such is life. Item Reed just said cookies. So I know what part of the video or part of the live stream you're at if you're talking about cookies already. No, they just posted a picture of a cookie. Miracles do happen. Steven says he got some postcards from Kazakhstan. It only took 2 weeks. That doesn't make sense. Sometimes I get postcards from Japan and it only takes 8 days to get here. But yet it takes the same or longer to get to Maine. Well, without those postal systems, I wouldn't have a job, first off. So I would definitely have to make it go financially at YouTube to sustain life if the postal systems were to stop. And Charmaine says, even within the United States, it takes longer. Oh, Ida Marie's talking about Kazakhstan. You're up to date now. You've caught up in the stream. That's good. Hopefully you don't get another phone call and you have to pause it again and fall behind. Pretty soon we're going to wrap this up, though. We've been on the stream now for almost an hour and 10 minutes. I have to find something to eat soon. That's one of the things I've got to do. Not just watermelon. All right, Vera, we'll see you later on. Hope your ear gets better, even if it means just keep drinking wine and it goes away. But thank you for joining us again. Steven says he ordered postcards, not stamps, but there are some interesting Kazakhstan postcard or stamps out there. Everybody's fascinated about the pizza in Poland. So rather than all coming to Canada and sitting at the barbecue pit, I guess we need to go to Poland and eat pizza. Everybody's saying goodbye. Is everybody leaving? Have we come to the end? See, Charmaine's already going to Poland, so she can go and get some pizza. Ooh, puff pastry. Yes, please. Pizza on puff pastry. Why is it sketchy to order stamps from the Kazakh posts? Do you not get them? Do you pay the pay the fee and not get the stamps in return. Martin, that sounds like a weird place to have pizza. Close to Auschwitz. And that makes me sad actually thinking about it, so I gotta think about something else. Oh, you got blue cat postcards from Kazakhstan. That's great. How many blue cat postcards did you order? Okay, let's see. You're on a tour. Ida Marie's been to Auschwitz. I think, Olia, did you say you've been to Auschwitz as well? Ida Marie says you should eat up. You mean I should go and have something to eat? Is that what you're asking? Martin said the pizza had fish and mushrooms on it. On the mushrooms, I don't think I want fish on my pizza. Yeah, when my wife and I were driving through Europe after university, we went through Czech Republic and Austria and Germany, and we were in that part of the world. And we did come by a section where there was a concentration camp. We didn't go in, but it is very heartbreaking to go through areas like that. Auschwitz is one of those places that probably would love to. I don't know the right words for that. Love to is not right. Need to maybe experience once to get that true sense. I have the historical background in it and know horrific things that have happened. I've interviewed some people that have been in the concentration camps, but it's still something that kind of think that I'd want to go to. I don't know. It's one of those. That's the hard things to get around. Stephen says his orders from Craig's Express Post is very reliable. Rob decides when my holiday starts. What do you mean I decide? Okay, I'm holding you in place so you can't go and enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah, Olia is definitely giving a hint. All right, we're going to wrap this up because I want Olia and her husband to enjoy their birthday celebrations. I also don't want her husband to get mad at me for keeping his wife away from him so he can enjoy his pizza and for them to have a good time. So I'm going to stop everybody else and say thanks so much for joining us. We're going to do this again next week, and it'll be the start of a new month, so there'll be new things to look forward to. Yeah, everybody can wish happy birthday to Olia and her husband. So let's do that and get everything I'm glad, Olia, that you feel good hanging out with our community, and I'm glad that you guys can all get on here and talk. Thank you so much again, Olia, for the contribution to my channel. I really appreciate the support. All right, you guys, have a magical week. Go eat your pizza.